Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for being with me here today on this channel, your channel, Blossoming Souls. It is here that you have come because you were guided, you felt an intuitive nudge, but I believe the main reason you're here is because there is a message here for you. There is a unity, a collectiveness, a sense of validation. This isn't a typical YouTube channel that does predictive readings. However, there are moments when Spirit does guide me to warn you or to tell you what's up, what's coming, what to expect. And sometimes these messages are messages to sort of help you grow in your spirituality, to help you grow in your emotions, in your everyday life. Today, I felt especially drawn to the symbolism of a deer, and we will get into this and find out what this is about. I do want to tell you that the feeling of this great big protective energy of this beautiful time and moment on your path. There is a significant change that calls for you to be okay and to embrace and to just ease into this, whatever it is. And you know, on my channel, lately there have been a lot of messages about change. And because in our spiritual path, in our physical path, mental, emotional, and all of it, there's always some change in direction, some whisper of intuitive guidance to move in a different direction. There's something every day. So the message, there is change coming, is really something that's very common, because there always is a change, right? Maybe I don't want this style anymore. Maybe I don't want this food anymore. Maybe there's always some change, a change of mind, a change of heart, a change of direction. But before we get into this message, I want you to know that you are loved, you're special, you are one of a kind, and you are resilient. Let's take a quick moment to just breathe normally. Close your eyes. Place your hand on your heart and feel your chest rise and fall with the breath. Every breath that you've been blessed with, that you've been gifted with, the gift of life. And thank your body for carrying around your energy, your soul. Thank yourself for being good to you. Be in that oneness with you, in that oneness with Spirit, with the universe. Let me just say a little thank you to Spirit before we begin this message. We thank you, Spirit, for gracing us with your presence today, to speak through me your messages of love, of hope, of validation, confirmation, whatever it is that you have to bring to us, but mostly thank you for the love that we feel today in your presence. And thank you, universe, for allowing us to be a part of this great, big, vast universe where, yes, we are important. We are shining stars amongst many, but we shine bright just the same. Thank you. So as I've been a bit, I don't want to say absent, but a bit, my schedule has been kind of busy lately, and also, like all of you, I go through times when I need to just allow transformations to come. And like some of you, sometimes I fight them because there are sometimes uncomfortable feelings with change. Why is my mood like this? Why am I sad? Why am I angry? Why am I anxious? Why am I this? Why am I that? And as I was advising my daughter yesterday, sometimes we feel alone. And no matter how close you are to your divine creator, sometimes we feel like our schedules are so busy, we just don't have time sometimes to properly say, let me check in, God. Let me be here. Talk to me. And this is what has been going on in my life lately. And it's not that I'm any less spiritual. It's that sometimes we have things in our life that sort of, while our divine creator is always with us, while our guides are always with us, sometimes we have to pedal alone. And as I was telling my daughter yesterday, we were having a discussion. I said, as many years as I've been on the spiritual journey, I'm still surprised sometimes at how it feels when I realize, hey, I'm pedaling alone here. Where's God? Where's my guides? Why don't I feel that closeness today, or this last week, or 2 weeks, or a month, or whatever it is? And I said, sometimes we have to go it alone, even though we're not alone. But it's like the parent who lets go of their child learning to ride a bike for the first time, and that child pedals on their own. And Spirit says, sometimes you have to experience things with no other presence around but yours, because that is a step in growth, in your growth, right? And so in this beautiful message today, Spirit is saying, sometimes you need to hear your own voice, experience things, to it sort of allows you, enables you to kind of reach in and focus on your strengths, on your thoughts, on your decisions, on your ambitions, on your inspiration, to feel through things. And I have been going through some things myself. This is not about me, but I will give you an example. My son's, the anniversary of his death was on the 7th of May. So this month has been a bit emotional, sort of a lot of upheaval with things. It's the emotion from my son's death. His birthday is coming up on Wednesday. And so it's been 5 years since he was taken. His life was taken from him. And it's been a little bit tough for me. So forgive me for not being here as consistent as I was, but I feel now I can get back on track. But Spirit says you have to feel through these things sometimes. You can't mask everything, and you can't always ask for a parent's hand to advise you and walk you through things. Sometimes it's not about anyone else but you. Okay? So I'm going to read from the Sacred Forest cards, and I want to also access the Ascended Masters because I believe they have something here for us. Getting back to the semblance of a deer, deers bring peace. In different cultures, it means different things. In different beliefs, it means different things. The deer symbolizes different things. However, in most cultures and beliefs, there's one main symbolism at the core of their existence. And for me, I truly believe that it is resilience. It is intuitive know-how to sort of steer you away from certain situations, or to maybe your intuition stops you from taking a trip, and that trip would have resulted in whatever injury, or just wasn't the right time, or whatever. And so I feel that the symbolism of this deer represents that resilience and knowing how to navigate. If you've ever seen a deer from a distance eating, and you can be at a good distance away and they will know that you're there. If you ever notice, they'll kind of lift their head and look around because they know that something is there. They're very intuitive. And so I feel like today, Spirit is saying there's some sort of change in direction, and your acknowledgement of that is going to come naturally for you, whatever change in direction this is. But it's also about protection, because I truly believe that I truly believe that some of you are going to experience a roadblock with something in the next week or two. And this roadblock is definitely a call to protection. It is a necessary block in your path. And it is because there is a need for you to let go of something. I feel like for a lot of you, it could be something from your past coming back, or someone. And so it does feel as if whatever this is that's coming back into your radar, I feel like your divine creator saying, no, absolutely not. This is my child. You will not mess them up again. I feel like for some of you, it could be maybe a toxic relationship from the past, friendship, sibling, relative. But I do feel for a lot of you, it is maybe a former romantic partner, or somebody who wouldn't leave you alone before. And I don't want to alarm anyone, but it almost feels like stalker type of energy. And not to not to make you feel scared, but Spirit is saying it's okay, because there's no way. There's no way that you are going to be, that your divine creator is going to allow you to be in danger. And that's what this feels like, because you're on a mission. There's some of you who are on a path that you've already decided and made a decision to be on your spiritual journey, on your path, answering the call to whatever it is spiritual that you need to do. Some life purpose or some calling or some vocation that you are looking into, because you know that that's what you're supposed to do. And Spirit is saying, because of that, there is a energy or somebody who doesn't want that for you, who doesn't want you to do well or to flourish or to change, because they're threatened by it. For some of you, it could be that you maybe ended a friendship, or there was some sort of falling out or disagreement, or maybe you just decided, this isn't my circle of friends anymore. This isn't my life anymore. I'm doing something good for me. And when you did that, somebody did not like it. And they decided that they were going to either subconsciously or consciously try to sway you away from something. Could even be a threat, someone who's threatened that's in your life. Maybe they're insecure. But Spirit says, you're like the deer, right? You're like the deer that notices, knows there's something not right. If you notice, a lot of times what I've experienced is if I see a deer and they hear me coming up, if I was walking or whatever I'm doing, taking a walk, they don't stick around. They leave. And when my experience with a deer, I was on a walk and this deer was just eating something from the, I don't know what he was eating, berries or grass or I don't know. But as soon as he sensed that I was there, he ran and he just leaped across or over a fence. And I was just mesmerized by how graceful this deer was, how this deer just was able to move so swiftly and gracefully away from me to its where it felt comfortable. And so Spirit is saying this whatever it is that's going to be trying to block your path isn't it's short-lived, because you're on a mission. And Spirit is saying, oh hell no, nothing is going to block the success that you have coming to you. No one and nobody. Okay? Because the universe will intervene, and you will either head them off at the pass, so to speak, or they will be stopped by something, maybe distracted or whatever. I don't know. The universe works in mysterious ways. But whatever it is that's coming, Spirit is saying, your soul is not going to allow you to go back into whatever it was that was holding you back. No longer will you be held back, because what you would sacrifice would be joy, your joy. And so, and your soul will not allow you to be dissuaded any longer. You cannot be kept from your mission forward now. There's been too much of that. What else, Spirit? That ship has sailed. I feel like that's what I was hearing, that ship has sailed. Meaning the chaos that once ensued your life, that took over by whoever or whatever, is going to be in the distance now, or is, and you don't want that back. You will not welcome that back into your life because it's not good for you, and you know that. And Spirit is saying, at one time, you might have said, okay, let's do this again. Okay, let's try this again. Let me linger a little longer at this toxic job. Let me put up with this landlord's slack in fixing things, or whatever situation might be. And so now you're done. You're not allowing this negative energy to fill your life anymore because you're on a mission and you are transcending into something greater in your spiritual life, in your path. Some of you may even be giving your notice wherever you work or changing your career, and that manager or company wants to try to convince you to stay. And they may even offer you some things that, you know, you'd be surprised at, like maybe a decent raise when no one else is getting raises, or a promise of an upgrade, a promotion or something like that. And Spirit says, enough, enough. You're not falling for it anymore. You're done being somebody else's, what's the word I'm looking for? You're done. You're not being used anymore. You're done sacrificing your joy, your happiness, your feeling of contentment. And that brings you into an energy of manifesting something beautiful because you're loving yourself enough to say no. Absolutely not. I welcome this change into my life. I welcome it. Because now you are exercising your inner, I was going to say badass, but what I want to say is you're exercising the strength that you have within you. I like to call it empowerment. But Spirit says, whatever the case, all the experiences you've been through are stepping stones to this moment where you feel empowered. You feel so free. You feel the release of that disappointment that once was in your life. You feel the power of exponential growth as you back away from something that held you back, and you allowed it to because you felt as if you didn't want to disappoint anyone or hurt anyone. But no longer, because you are on that beautiful path that is lined with magic, wisdom, truth, right? This is something new for you. It's filled with happiness and beauty and stability. I can't make this up. These cards keep coming, I'm telling you. It is filled with renewal, and it is met with gratitude. Okay? It is interesting how it goes on and on. Prosperity, growth, beautiful knowledge, grace, enlightenment, wisdom. It's all there for you. What else do you have to say, Spirit? This is a passage that was meant for you. Your passage, your path, your calling. And this passage leads you to something beautiful. a new change, a new direction. Let's talk to our Ascended Masters and see who's here. Before that, I do feel called to look at the wisdom of the hidden realms. Naomi, why are you putting this together? It doesn't belong in there. I seem to have put the wrong cards in the wrong box. But that's okay, because I'm going to read. I'm going to look at the Ascended Masters. I'll find those other cards. I don't know what I did with them, but that's okay. We will look at the Ascended Masters cards and see who's here with us, who has wisdom for us to share with us. I don't know if you can hear the birds in the background, but I love nature. I love to hear the birds chatting, singing, whatever they're doing. It's beautiful. So let us see. King Solomon comes and he says, priorities are at hand. You're no longer prioritizing anybody else's needs. It's yours now. You're the priority. Your calling is the priority. Your closeness, your connection with your divine creator is your priority now. Not to say that you're going to disregard your responsibilities. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're no longer putting everybody else's needs before yours. Not even so much needs. It's your path that you're supposed to follow, right? Trust that path. Trust your commitment and dedication to your calling, because it pays off. Go now. It's time. And you know that. I don't have to convince you of that. You are seeing a situation accurately. It's time to go. And Spirit says you're taking charge of a situation that always was in your hands, but you weren't ready, and that's okay. Taking charge of the situation now as you depart whatever it is that isn't right for you. Health and healing is at hand. The healing that you've gone through sort of pushes you in the direction of helping others with the experiences you've been through to help them now. It's like a pay it forward type of energy. What else? Yeah. Come out of the closet. Come out of hiding. Come home to you. Come home to you. Because that's where you belong. In your path, in your journey. Some of you are going back to your roots. Exploring ancient beliefs or practices or maybe routines or spiritual rituals. You're going back to your roots. Some of you could be shamanic. It could be that you, maybe some of you are good witches, or maybe you celebrate the earth. Some of you are going back to nature. And Spirit is saying that's exactly where you should be. That's what you're exactly where you should be. But you're departing where you were before with grace and humility, not with anger, resentment, or any kind of violence or anything like that. You are now moving forward with grace. Sorry. My door opened and I do not want it open while I'm giving this reading. No distractions. Lakshmi is here to say a flow of prosperity comes in now for you, because it was blocked before by someone else's energy, by your feelings, by things that were kind of circumstantial, but that prosperity comes in as you release something. If red means anything to you, the color red is appearing here around you. And Spirit says they'll know. They'll know what that means. It's something personal to you. I feel like some of you could be experiencing energetic visits from like a mentor that was here in your life on this plane. It could be a mother. I feel like mother energy. Mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, but I do feel more mother energy coming to you now. It's not the same energy that it was when they were on this plane. It's more enlightened, more beloved, more wise. It's like a wise energy coming in. In that flow of prosperity, there comes so many things with that. It's richness in your spiritual growth, abundance in all things that you've been asking for, and all things that should be in your life. It's like a fixing and a turning of the tides in regards to finances, to health, to wealth, to your spiritual growth. Like I said, it is sort of an all-encompassing energy that is now like an open field. You're free. You're free. Anything else? Yeah, because it's a spiritual law of attraction. You're doing what you have to do for you. It's never selfish to take care of yourself, ever. It's a loving act. Anybody that thinks otherwise is not on your energetic vibration, on your energetic level. Don't go down to meet their level. If they want to be with you, their energy they will work on their spiritual energy to rise up to your level. Don't ever go backwards. Thank you, Spirit. As you see all sides of this, you find your spiritual blessing in your current situation, whether it's a lesson learned, or thankful for the opportunity to have the strength to exit something, but you are well on your way. Is there anything else before I close this out, Spirit? You're in your feels about something, and Spirit says that's okay, because you already know, and you've already internally figured out which direction you're going in. Spirit says, allow, trust, embrace, let go, and just move freely now. It doesn't mean that there won't be any hiccups along the way, because that's what happens in life. But now you've gained another star or When I was younger in school, teachers used to give us golden stars. They were like little stickers for a job well done. And so Spirit says, you have so many golden stars waiting for you, as you have already banked a bunch of them, because you are doing something amazing for yourself. Stay blessed. Stay in that energy, and greatness will come for you. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I missed you. I'm glad to be back, and I love you. Stay well. Stay light. Namaste.